everything if you cook.
I like how everything is a secret video game level to you.
Yeah. Like you just
like you went to the farm. Oh, there's a secret farm. If you go to the farm, they give you a treat when you come back.
Yeah, totally. Like you get off the plane at LAX and they fucking shuttle you to you're the last starfighter now. They're like, we've been watching you. We saw how you went to that farm. We have farming problems and we're in need of you.
Well played, Mr. Cohen.
Thank you, sir.
We're coming down with martial law. We need farmers that are good with weapons, staff, rake, and things of that nature.
Hose.
But there's a yes box and a no box. I don't know what to put. So let's say I go to a farm and you got to put yes. Because you don't want to lie at customs. That's the thing. If you lie, they will put you in jail. So you put yes, you go to customs, and the guy goes, why did you go to a farm? That's what they're going to ask you. Now you got a decision to make. Do I say, because on the flight up it said farm on the form, and I couldn't imagine
because
why.
You told me not to.
Yeah, I didn't understand why it was on the form. I thought maybe there'd be like Bengal tigers and snow leopards shooting Uzis and Molotov cocktailing cars that Matt Cohen is sleeping under, and I'm a curious sort, and I only work an hour a night. I had a lot of time to kill. So, no. Or do you just ride it out and make up a story because I'm a farmer? What do you mean? What do you mean why'd I go to a farm? I'm a farmer. And then what's the guy say? What do you farm? What do I farm? Because that's what guys do when we don't know the answer. When you're in an argument with, like, your parents, they go, why didn't you call? We always go, what? We act like we didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Sorghum.
What do you farm? And then you got to make up something. But you have to make up something, huh?
Sorghum. I feel like that's a good one to go with.
Yeah. You have to make up something. It's a good point.
Specific, yeah.
But you have to make something specific. You have to make up something that he definitely doesn't know anything about. Because if you say, like, tomatoes, you don't want that customs guy to go, no kidding, I just put my tomato plants in Nutley, New Jersey. How are yours? And now all of a sudden you're stuck in this fake conversation that you know nothing about. You have to pick, what'd you say, sour gum?
Sorghum.
Sorghum?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a weird wheat-like binding thing, I think.
Perfect example.
Yeah, it works.
You're all over it. You know exactly where I'm going.
Yeah.
Perfect. Or baby corn from the Chinese restaurant.
Or just add heirloom to anything else, and I feel like that. Like heirloom lettuce. I have no idea what the fuck that is, but it sounds like something specific.
It's lettuce that you inherit.
Yeah, it's passed down from
very, very wealthy family members.
It's old lettuce.
It's a family heirloom, this lettuce. Baby corn from the Chinese restaurant. And then you have to explain why. Like, why do you... Sorghum, why do you grow sorghum? Go. I'm the guy. Sorghum, what's sorghum? Why do you grow it?
Exactly, sir.
Oh, no, I'm the guy. Why?
I know. Exactly. Why not? To spread the message of sorghum dominance around the world.
What kind of operation you run? How many people work for you?
It's about a 7-man staff.
You're done right there.
Really?
You're done, because you're employing people in Canada.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
See, boom. I got you.
I'm kicked back out.
Ask me.
I'm on the plane. What are you growing there? So you're a farmer, sir. What kind of crops do you got?
Heirloom lettuce.
Heirloom lettuce. And how many people do you have working on your farm?
No, it's just me.
It's just you out there
just me.
Working the fields?
No, there's no field. I have it's a potted plant in Burnaby.
Shoebox in my closet.
It's a potted plant in Burnaby that I visit. I come up twice a year, and I just make sure it's going okay.
I wonder how many people do write down, like completely naive, just nice people. Like, yeah, I went to a farm. Not knowing that it's going to cause more whatever when they get off the plane.
Yeah, because also the fact that there's only 4 questions and 8 boxes. That customs person all day just wants to see a straight line through the nose. So when you go all day, no, and then all of a sudden you come through and it's no. Whoa! Look at this big left turn I made on my sheet. All the way I included the yes over here. That must be so alarming to a custom. Like, if you put yourself in their shoes, thousands of those. Thousands a day. No. And all of a sudden, just one gets handed to you, and there's that one box check. Like, there must be a pedal they hit with their foot.
And you know that's the only box that gets checked yes. No one's ever like, yeah, I got explosives. I'm not going to lie.
Maybe Elvis, when he went to visit Nixon, if he was coming from Toronto, would have had to have checked yes. You know, that's the only time they allowed a civilian with a loaded firearm on a commercial plane was when Elvis Presley took a flight to go see Richard Nixon at the White House. He brought him, I think it was a 30 Colt I don't know guns. He brought him a gun in a glass box as a gift because he wanted to be a DEA agent, and they let him on the fucking plane.
That's awesome. It's Elvis, man. I wonder if we do that for our current celebrities, like fucking...
Like Snooki just gets on with a rifle.
Yeah, it's a gift for someone.
Maybe she puts it in her own mouth and pulls the trigger, spraying business class with her pink mist. That would be worth it. That poor baby.
Yeah.
What's your mom's name?
I was just going to say.
Snooki.
Yeah.
All right, ask me what I grow.
All right. So what do you got going on the farm there, sir?
So, excuse me?
What do you have? What are you growing on your farm? I see you
know
mentioned
the
your farm.
Do you like Chinese food?
Yeah, I love Chinese food.
You know the baby corn that comes in the Chinese food?
I'm familiar with it.
I grow baby itty bitty tiny baby corn. It's called short stalk.
Preemie corn. It's even smaller than baby corn.
Yeah, it's teacup corn really.
Okay.
It's teacup like a Pomeranian.
I like where we're going with this.
Yeah, it's teacup corn, but no one works for me. I don't employ anybody.
I was going to ask. Do you have it? You don't. It's
no,
just you out there with the baby corn.
I also checked the box for exotic plants or animals. I have. They're on a separate flight. I have a fleet of albino chimpanzees.
They're on a separate flight. We bought out business class.
Yeah, they're on the plane coming in. They're on Air Alaska 515. I'm on Air Alaska 701. I have a fleet of albino chimpanzees. Now you may wonder, how does a chimpanzee plant baby corn? I'll tell you, they're not very smart. With all due respect to if you know any chimpanzees, but what I do is I'll just let them loose and they just run batshit through the fields. But when they run, their hands hit the ground
and they're tilling up. Yeah,
exactly. So
you're
you're a good immigration guy.
I'm a farmer guy.
So their fingers actually are making perfect little planting cylindrical holes as they run roughshod. They're just fucking idiots. And then I blow a whistle and they come back. And then the real brains of your operation, immigration guy, is your mailman bag monkey. That's the monkey that is smart enough to carry and wear a mailman bag.
And oddly not an albino, that one.
No, he can't be.
Yeah. Of course
it's a union thing. You cannot have an albino mailman bag monkey.
Ever since SAG and AFTRA joined up, no more albino
It's absolutely, you will be fined until you die if you have an albino mailman bag monkey. And what he does, that bag is filled with baby corn, and
baby corn,
teacup corn, and sorghum
sorghum
seeds,
and
heirloom lettuce seeds. And what he does is he runs, and they chase him because they want to kick the shit out of him because he has pigment.
He's different,
a lot like America and life. People don't like things that are different than the way they look. So as he's running, he keeps reaching in that mailman bag, instinctively reaching for a weapon, but it's just seeds, and he throws them batshit willy-nilly all over the place. But those holes are still there for when everyone else dug their fingers down into the dirt when I had them running around earlier. Then I call all the chimps back in, and then I'll be back in 6 months, and you will see the most beautiful, delightful teacup corn, sorghum, and heirloom lettuce crop that you'll ever see.
And hopefully some happy chimps. That sounds wonderful.
They are happy because they're working. They really just want to work. That's really all it comes down to. Chimps and little people. They just want to work. That's why they love Christmas. They all get to work.
Have you ever worked with animals extensively, like any of the movies and stuff?
Have you?
No,
I did. Birds, obviously, with Paulie.
Yeah.
You know what's weird about that is they train. I like to think that the customs guy, I'll go right back to it. After that entire bullshit explanation, in my imagination, he's perfectly fine with it.
Oh, yeah.
And as he goes to stamp it, he goes, "Did you write motherfucker on this?" And then I go to jail. Like the entire explanation, he's just nodding.
Albino monkeys and fucking...
No, and he's like, no, well, you can't have an albino monkey be the male. Of course not.
That makes sense, obviously, yeah.
Yeah. And he's putting his hands up to people behind me that are getting restless in line, like, hold on, this is important. Like, hold on. On Paulie, there was like 30 different birds, but all different birds are trained for different stuff. Like some birds just come back when you blow a whistle. So like you would film a bird flying up to a chimney because that's how the bird sneaks in the house.
You were on set every day for that?
Well, every day I worked. I was the voice of the bird. That was all inside a voice
recording studio.
That's But then I played Benny, the guy that steals the bird.
I forgot. Yeah.
And tries to get him. He steals ATM numbers for me.
The bird?
I make him a little criminal. Come on, Benny, this is boring. Let's go out to the racetrack and see a good one.
I love that he's Buddy Hackett.
Yeah, and then Hackett, shut up, you goddamn flying rat, shut up.
So you had to work with like 40 or 50 different birds on that movie?
Well, yeah, and what's fascinating, they're really cool birds. I don't really give a shit about
conure,
birds.
Right?
Yeah, blue-crowned conure, but they're really cool, and some are trained just like they'll blow a whistle, and that you could film the bird coming back. Like that to me is mind-bending that you can train a bird to come back.
You mean like walk backward?
No,
Or
like
just to
like he
come.
flew
Yeah,
away,
yeah.
and then when I blow a whistle, you're going to be able to film him landing on this spot because that's how we did it in rehearsal. He flew to the chimney across the street, and then you'll be able to film him coming back to this X on this piece of.
It's crazy, and it's crazy that they can only do that one specific. You know what I mean? You could train them to do one crazy trick, probably.
Some are trained to just stand still no matter what. Like there's a bar fight in Pauly, and there's like 8 birds on the piano doing like "Estoy loca de mi corazón." They're doing like a conga line, and when the fight breaks out, there's live birds with all these stuntmen breaking chairs over each other's head, and they have birds that are just trained. Like if it was one of those back and forth birds, they would have went fucking crazy. They would have flew to a chimney and not come back, even if you blew the whistle, because they got freaked out. Somebody got hit over the head with a chair. I'm not going back.
Fuck that. Yeah.
Pigeons, carrier pigeons, I don't understand. Like when people in Brooklyn,
I never got
like
that
these
shit.
people can't read or write, yet they have 24 pigeons that can fly to Staten Island, and when they clap their hands together, they come back and they know which rooftop to land on.
Did you see the Mike Tyson reality show
That's what made me think
on
of it.
Animal Planet?
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing ever.
This guy can't spell pigeon.
No.
But he can control them like he's a dictator of this tiny pigeon village he stumbled onto.
Fucking ghost dog, man.
But how exactly? Very nice, ghost dog. Forrest
It's a
Whitaker.
Zen thing. It's their way of it's urban farming in a way for these dudes. Now that you think about it, you know what I mean?
Why did you go to the farm?
I don't know.
Pigeons.
Pigeons, yeah, there were pigeons there.
But
Albino pigeons.
how does a pigeon know the difference between Mike Tyson clapping his hands and Larry Holmes clapping his hands? If you're just going to take heavyweight hands, how does a pigeon know that? I'm being completely serious.
No, yeah.
But that fascinates me. And also, like, I think pigeons are disgusting. If you don't live in New York or LA, you go, oh, that could be really cool. No, they are fucking flying rats. They are disgusting, disease-ridden. And then every once in a while, you see one with a tag on his ankle, and you're like, pussy.
Someone's pet fucking pig.
You got caught, pussy.
It's amazing, and they don't fucking they do those like loop thing. Have you seen like they let like 50 pigeons out and they fly? They do like Blue Angel shit through the sky and stuff. You know what I mean?
It's an air show.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they do it.
A pigeon. Now, do you think?
Have you seen any pigeon air shows while in Canada, sir?
And you got to check no. You have to
you
lie.
got yes or no.
Because they're going to really grind you down to a nub as to why. Why did you go to a pigeon? Really, we used to go as kids. We used to go up to Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, because they had really good pigeon air
Pump
shows.
the brakes. This guy saw a pigeon. Fucking the alarms go off.
Yeah, the luggage carousel starts rotating.
It goes back. It stops and goes the other way.
And if you have luggage in your hand, walking to your car, someone takes it out of your hand and walks it back and puts it
on
back
the carousel.
Pigeon. Do you think pigeons on the ground eating like bagel seeds that old ladies throw to them, like on Fifth Avenue? Are they envious of like the rooftop pigeons? Like one day I could get in an air show.
Actually,
because they're so fat, they can't fly more than 10 feet. That's the other thing. Pigeons will eat themselves at a house and home.
Yeah,
they're big, fat, stupid pigeons.
They're big dumb birds, right?
So it is weird that like some of them are so smart that they can live in a coop. They're smart enough to not cross Mike Tyson.
What about the fucking? You could like, if you're in the trenches of World War I or whatever, you could send one down the fucking line. Like, forget the flying and patterns thing.
God,
those things are like the modern day. They were the precursor to fucking iPhones. Like,
that was the original text.
Yeah, I never got how that worked on a very serious level. Like how you could just fucking send a pigeon and it would go for I think tens and tens of miles, right? Like
from a foxhole.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to write very small.
Very, very small.
You have to write very. But what are you writing? It's probably like help.
Yeah,
we're getting destroyed. So you send the pigeon up. So if you were smart and you were like in the Hessian army or the German army or whoever the hell
everyone
fought,
knows the Hessians were smart.
Whoever fought in World War I, I'm not really sure what went down. You should have just brought in a pigeon shooting guy. Like instead
like
of
a specialized, yeah.
Go ahead.
You don't need the fucking howitzer dude. You don't need a medic. Like you just get a pigeon shooter guy.
Most important job in the military is the guy with the radio. Second most important guy. What do? I take out pigeons. Like the guy in Boardwalk Empire with half a face. I take out pigeons. That's his gig.
I just love that. And then that he has no fucking interest in the war, or he has no stakes. He doesn't know where the fuck he is. He's just here to kill pigeons.
Just pay me.
Yeah.
You want pigeons killed, I'm your guy, but you're going to have to pay me. And I will switch sides. If I'm a pigeon killer, I have no allegiance to anybody.
There's no loyalty
My
in
only
that world.
allegiance is to dead pigeons.
You fucking hate pigeons.
I hate them. And I take them out. And if they have little notes on their legs, at my home...
You collect them. I collect the notes and make a dog tag. Like, you know, some guys do the ear necklaces and shit.
I have tchotchkes on a shelf but then I have one that's all glass, and it's all the
It's
notes
nice.
I've taken off
Underlit.
of dead pigeons.
Yeah.
Underlit?
It's underlit.
Yeah.
It's a really
It's almost
nice,
like a kabuki theme,
totally.
and I play like Ching Chong music, so when you come in, it's a little spooky, because you have to know that cabinet is filled with dead innocent pigeon
You got to
notes.
build the atmosphere up. You can't just think these are random notes.
The lights get dimmer the closer
as
you
you
get
get
to
closer.
display. Like in the front of the house, it's just a regular lit up house.
It's basically like the new Titanic museum in that just opened up or whatever. It's to
Yeah.
remember all that. Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed when you came in here.